This is CNN Live. For tonight's debate, we have moderator Sashana Bins, five-time Journalist of the Year, Senior Journalist Anchor, Political Analyst, Public Policy Strategist, and co-moderator Karen Bennett, Senior Journalist Anchor, Sociologist, and Pollster. This is your 1965 Governor's Debate for the state of New York.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1965 National Governor's Debate between Mr. Tom Buchanan and Ms. Jordan Baker. This evening's debate is sponsored by the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. The discussion this evening will be divided into two portions with 10 minutes each, with each contender having 2 minutes to respond to the opening question. The remainder of each portion is then open for discussion. The guidelines for this were agreed upon by both the campaign, and the questions and topics for this evening was selected and provided by the wonderful people of the state of New York. I can guarantee you that neither the candidates nor the university have been privy to the details of these questions and topics beforehand. As a precaution, both parties have agreed that the candidates will not shake hands to open this night's discussion, as it will follow the safety guidelines provided by the Mayo Clinic. There will be no applause, jeers, or any interruptions by the audience in this auditorium, so that we, and more importantly you at home, can have your undivided attention and concentrate on what the candidates have to say. There won't be any noise at this time other than to greet Ms. Jordan Baker, the Democratic nominee. And Mr. Tom Buchanan, the Republican nominee.
Candidates, this night has been anticipated by many people, so let's get started. Our first topic is the race and class divide. Mr. Buchanan, it was revealed that you had shared some remarks on the book titled The Rise of the Colored Empire, stating that the idea is if we don't look out, the white race will be utterly submerged. You claim, Ms. Baker, that Mr. Buchanan is attempting to push through a covert agenda while abusing his power because every race should be viewed as equal. The first thing I want to ask both of you tonight is why you think integration is a smart option and your opponent doesn't. Mr. Buchanan, in this first segment, you go first. 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Karen. You look lovely tonight. By the way, red is your color. You're welcome, by the way. I remember quite vividly what I said. You don't have to remind me. Thank you. If you were trying to insinuate that I am a racist, then I'm sorry, darling, but I'm far from it. I will tell you very simply, it was just a mere observation on my part. It's all scientific stuff, basically. It's been proven. And everyone is entitled to the U.S. Constitution, but certain classes are not equal, that's for sure. It's a fine book. Everyone ought to read it. Same as people of color would look out for their own, or any race for that matter. I was just simply looking out for my own. Nothing else. I had no ill intent when I made those remarks. I love everyone, from white to black, Asian, Indians, and I want to see this great country of America be more successful. I want to take this wonderful city, this historic city of New York, to its pinnacle. I am a Republican, and the people have suffered too long under their leadership. The Democrats, the people love me. And I implore all Americans to vote. Vote for change. Vote for your right and vote for Tom. Because without him, nothing would be possible.
Mr. Buchanan, thank you. However, don't you believe that the people who live and work in the Valley of Ashes, the factory employees, their production is driving the current construction boom that supplies the residents of West Egg with wealth? Aren't you for the forgotten poor underclass who enable the lifestyle of the wealthy few?
Yes, I do believe so. People need jobs, and there are numerous factories in the valley that employ these people. A man cannot be successful overnight, so the valley does not represent the failure, as many say, of the American dream. I will prove this when I get elected as the governor of the state of New York. Trust me. The people of Essex are very grateful for the hardworking men and women of the valley. Please, ask my lovely friend here if she has ever been to the Valley of the Ashes. First of all, I have friends in the valley. My good friend George Wilson's lovely wife, Myrtle. Myrtle, dear old Myrtle. They live there, and they also operate a business there. So, I am for the people of the valley. I visit there quite often too. I, for one, am very, very grateful for these people because they are the backbone of the state. And if it wasn't for them, we so-called rich people would not be where we are today.
Thank you, Mr. Buchanan. Same question to you, Miss Baker. You have 2 minutes.
Mr. Buchanan, thank you for doing this. I am truly honored to be here. Regardless of the fact that people of color lack the right to vote, I and the people of America believe that everyone deserves this right. They won't have the opportunity to do so now, since our nation, particularly our great state of New York, is undergoing a period of rapid transition and industrialization. During this time, Black Americans are seeking stable employment, better living conditions, and political participation. Many have migrated to the north, including this state, and found jobs in the automobile, steel, shipbuilding, and meatpacking industries, building greatly our economy and improving lives.
Interesting. Miss Baker, thank you. Candidates, we are now into open discussion. Miss Baker.
Is aware of what I proposed. I suggested that we broaden our scope. The Valley of Ashes is not by accident, and is such a dismal location. It was shaped by the affluent communities that surround it, who don't care about those who don't have money. In accordance with my proposal, social reformation programs would be implemented to aid in community redevelopment and provide poor individuals with a fair shot at the American dream. The first step in my proposal is to clean up the river and the Valley of Ashes as a whole, build a magnificent country club with tennis courts, pickleball courts, cutting-edge fitness facility, a pool, a jacuzzi, a steam room, and most significantly, a stunning and well-kept golf course. As they work on the property, they will have possibilities for meaningful and well-paying employment.
Well, that sounds like a hidden agenda to me. Are you sure it is not just a disguise for you to have your own workforce?
Tom, you are a phony. You do not have the people's best interest at heart. You are more likely bored. Since your days as a college athlete, what have you really done since then? You have never shown interest in anyone but yourself. You are probably even jealous, I might add. My opponent, you didn't put yourself up for running until I came out that I was going to be running. And I have done very well for myself in my sports in more recent times.
Jordan, you had one of the biggest scandals of all time. How can anyone believe anything you have to say or propose? You cheated the golf tournament by moving your ball. Everyone knows that is a huge no. No, I could never be jealous of a woman. You are nowhere greater of an athlete
Happy
than
to
I
talk
was.
about this. This was never so, and it is all a setup in order to ruin me. It never happened. I have worked long and hard to achieve my dreams, and so I want to give the people of New York the same opportunity to go there and work to achieve their American dream. Everyone knows me.
You can fool yourself, Miss Baker, but you can't fool me. I cannot fool the wise. You cannot fool the wise people of New York. On election day, I know they will make the right choice. You are incurable liar, and your most recent fling with Nick Carey revealed your tactic of lying for personal gain. To always stay ahead, you, Miss Baker, will turn your back on telling the truth to get what you want, and I will never allow you to lie to the unsuspecting people of this great state.
Mr. Buchanan, do you enjoy being in an extra marital affair with your dear friend's wife?
Excuse me? Tread carefully, young lady, or you might be out of a job soon. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you threatening me, Mr. Buchanan?
Oh no, my dear.
It has been rumored that you and Myrtle Wilson, now deceased, had an affair. Any comments regarding these rumors, sir? Because, quite frankly, the people want to know that if you couldn't keep your own self and your house in order, then how are you going to keep your office in order and this great city of New York?
I don't know what you're talking about. First of all, rumors are rumors. That's all there is to it. Furthermore, it is quite audacious and despicable of you as a host to raise an issue based on rumors, especially when the individual is now deceased. Shame on you.
Mr. Buchanan, Mr. Buchanan, sir, the people of the state of New York just want to know.
Please, next question.
Mr. Buchanan, it has been rumored that your wife's ex, Mr. Gatsby, has been involved in numerous illicit activities which propel his wealth, such as investing in drugstores and bootlegging alcohol. If and when you take office, what are your plans regarding these issues?
Great question. You should ask more questions like these, man. First off, the city has no place for a man like Gatsby. I am glad you brought this up. This great city can rest assured that if I take office, I will implement strict measures against these types of activities and ensure that they feel the heavy hand of the law. If elected, I will not stand and allow these things to continue. Remember, if you do not vote, then these issues will not be eradicated. And men like Gatsby will continue to make a mockery of the city. We can't allow that to happen.
Mr. Buchanan, Mr. Buchanan,
Alright, that is the candidate for our first open discussion segment, and I must say, this elections debate is surely eating up. We're gonna jump right over for some cool words from our sponsors and a race breakdown by our one and only Karen Bennett.
Introducing Waba Mineral Water with all its natural nutrients.
Currently, in the polls, it is projected that the Republican candidate Tom Buchanan has the edge overtaking this year's governor's election for the state of New York over the Democratic candidate Jordan Baker, with the numbers indicating a 64.3% victory, leaving Jordan Baker at 36.77%. Polls are courtesy of Karen Bennett of Bennett and Co. Polls. Now, let's head on over to Karen Bennett with the current ballot standing for this election, and then it's back over to the CNN studio for the final portion of the debate.
We have an update on the polls. With 73% of our voting counted, we have Ms. Baker with 45.63% and Mr. Buchanan staggering behind with 27.35%.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. If you're just joining us, this is the 1960 National Governors Debate between Mr. Tom Buchanan and Ms. Jordan Baker. And if you're just dropping in, you surely missed a lot from our candidates with your opening remarks. We've got a lot to unpack here, candidates, and we've got a lot of time on caring with people. How do you...
Because I know I care for the people.
If I may ask that question, sir, as I'm seeing here, over the last 4 years, the previous governor promised to repeal and replace the laws permitting over-industrialization of the lands between West Egg and East Egg, which is ruining the living conditions, but never did in these 4 years did he come up with a plan. A comprehensive plan to replace the unhealthy earning capacity for the people within the Valley of Ashes. What social plans do you plan on implementing?
Yes, I have. Of course. I have drafted plans with my team for this year. I'll get rid of the legal mandate which was added. This is absolutely a big thing. That was the most part of industrialization. The worst part of industrialization? Well, I have Jordan. Was the legal mandate the most unpopular aspect of the most recent legislation amendments?
I am the moderator in this debate, and I would like if you would allow me to ask my questions and then you provide me with an answer.
Go ahead.
You, Mr. Buchanan, in these 4 years, if the residents of New York see you as fit to elect as their governor, will you come up with a comprehensive plan once and for all to replace the legal mandate of factory building within the Valley of Ashes? Also, and just last Thursday, right here, our insider sources at the CNN uncovered that you signed a largely symbolic executive order to ramp up construction and shipbuilding, which are largely based in this area of the valley. 5 days, just 5 days before this debate. So my question to you, sir, is what is the Buchanan social plan? What is the Buchanan's regime?
Well, first off, I guess I'm debating you, not her. But that's okay. I'm not surprised. Let me just tell you something that has nothing symbolic. I'm cutting operation costs. I'm going with more scientific backed methods to reduce emissions, which no governor has ever engaged. The surge will be coming down by 80 or 90%. The Democrats could have done it in their period in government, but they did not. Nobody's done it. So we are cutting emissions. This is big, big stuff.
Thank you, Mr. Buchanan. I am asking the questions. Miss Baker, what are your thoughts?
Look, the fact of the matter is I was lucky to have been included.
You got very lucky.
I got very lucky. I'm going to get very lucky tonight as well. And tonight I'm going to... Here's the deal. The fact is that everything he's saying so far is simply a lie. I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar. I want to make sure. I want to make the president.
Can you let her finish, sir?
He doesn't know how to do that. There is no manifesto.
We just lost the people. You just lost the people, Jordan. You agreed with you. We agree with you that you were lucky to be included in the groundbreaking scientific plans.
Do we have any idea what this clown is doing?
I know you realize you're both speaking at the same time. Go ahead, Miss Baker.
Let me tell you what. He's not any help for people needing better conditions. Number 2, he has never worked a day in his life. He does not know the value. He won't ever look in your eye and see what you really need.
Until we know who the governor is, I really hope that neither of you will interrupt the other. Question: will you urge your supporters to stay calm during the extended period when ballots are being counted? I hope that you could reach out to them not to engage in any civil unrest. Will you pledge tonight, candidates, will you pledge tonight that you will not declare victory until the elections has been independently certified? Mr. Buchanan, you can go first.
I'm urging my supporters to go to the polls and watch very carefully because that's what has to happen. I am urging them to do it. I am urging my people. I hope it's going to be a fair election. If it's a fair election, I am 100 on board. But if I see tens of thousands of ballots being manipulated, I cannot go along with that. No, I can't.
Does this mean that you're going to tell your people to take to the streets?
I'll tell you what it means. It means you have a fraudulent election. You're not equipped. These people aren't equipped to handle it. Number 1. Number 2, they cheat. They cheat. Do you think that's good?
Miss Baker, final question for you. Will you urge your supporters to stay calm while the vote is counted? And will you pledge not to declare victory until the election is independently certified?
Here's the deal. If there's thousands of ballots, it's gonna take time to do it. They've been voting by ballots since the end of the Civil War. And that's what's gonna happen. Why was it somehow now fraudulent? It's the same process. It's honest.
It's already been established. Look at
You had an opportunity to respond. Go ahead, Miss
I
Baker.
have no idea what he's talking about. Here's the deal. The fact is, I will accept it and he will too. Because you know why? Because once the winner is declared, after all the ballots are counted and all the votes are counted, that will be the end of it. And if it's me, in fact, fine. And if it's not me, I'll support the outcome. And I'll be a governor, not just for Democrats. I'll be a governor for Democrats and Republicans. And
I want us to.
Candidates, will you say that this is the end of it? This is the end of tonight's debate. We're going to leave it here. Miss Jordan Baker, Mr. Tom Buchanan, it has been an interesting hour and a half. I want to thank you both for participating in the National Governors Debate of 1960. We want to also thank the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean and the Mayo Clinic for hosting this event. Now, New Yorkers, it is your time. It is your turn. You have to make the final say at the polls. Thank you and good night.